Hello and welcome once again everyone. Today's video features the pinnacle of the German cruiser line, the Tier 10 Hindenburg. The Hindenburg received quite a welcome buff to its reload speed in patch 0.9.0. For those of you who remember the good old days of the pre-nerf Hindenburg, well, those good times have returned. The Hindenburg is one of the most flexible Tier 10 cruisers in World of Warships, allowing you to play her in different ways. Normally I prefer to play my cruisers closer to the action, so instead of sitting deep, this build reflects how I enjoy playing the Hindenburg. You can find the complete build including upgrades and captain skills after the main highlights, and the timestamp is here on screen for your convenience. A range build is totally viable if that's how you like to play or simply feel more comfortable with, depending on your skill level. There is no right or wrong way, it's all about finding and matching that balance of playstyle with comfort level to get the best performance out of the Hindenburg. And make no mistake, it's a powerful, fun ship to play. This map is called Sea of Fortune and I've spawned on the left flank. I'm just moving up into position behind these islands where I can support our destroyer, which is in this case one of the new Swedish destroyers, the Halland, which is coming to the game soon. A missed opportunity there on that enemy Minotaur, as I was unable to reload armor piercing quick enough before he got undetected. Island cover like this is always great for cruisers, but in the Hindenburg's case you want to keep your distance slightly, as the flat low shell arcs can be blocked when too close to islands, which can deny you firing opportunities. The benefit of utilizing island cover in this way, it will grant you opportunities to fire from concealment, or simply duck in and out of cover to drop detection, should one draw too much attention to themselves. Opening salvo on that Moskva for 5600, slightly rushed on my part, incoming torpedoes from the enemy Shimakaze, although it would seem quite an odd spread on those torpedoes. Just gonna angle away slightly and slip between them. There are a number of battleships here. 2 enemy Kurfürst have been spotted at least. With the presence of those 2 Kurfürst on this side, there is a high probability they just might push, so I'm just gonna hold this kiting position for the moment until I can establish their movements for sure. Moskva is already angled away. A couple of non-penetrations on that enemy Kurfürst. I must have hit his front guns. Going to put some pressure on this Moskva and try and force him backwards. He is maneuvering. Moskva is quite strong when you angle away like this. The pressure comes too late, however, as that enemy Moskva has managed to take out our Halland, and that puts us at a disadvantage now on this side. It will allow that Shimakaze to roam free. I had anticipated those 2 Kurfürst might push, but now it would seem they have both slowed and are holding positions behind that island. So I'm just going to turn and rotate away back to the right and give myself line of fire on these guys. I do have ample support here. Kurfürst, Salem, Minotaur continue to shell these 2 Kurfürst. This IFHE build gives the Hindenburgs 203mm guns, a massive 66mm of armor penetration, allowing you to pen the armor deck of heavily armored battleships like the Kurfürst. They are undetected at the moment. It's a little bit unfortunate. That is the disadvantage of losing your destroyer. On the plus side, our Haragumo on the sea cap has torpedoed the enemy Haragumo. The enemy Shimakaze is capturing the A point, and all these ships remain undetected. I am detected now all of a sudden, which means the Shimakaze has advanced to the southern half of the capture point. Gonna have to quickly angle inwards and to predict he will be torping this channel. These Kurfürst, one would seem to be kiting away while the other is turning inwards. My apologies here, I just had to edit out a slight audio-visual bug in the replay. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. Maintaining pressure now on these curve firsts. This one is pushing. Instantly set him on fire. And I've got a very nice position here. I can use the smoke screen from our Minotaur to shell this curve first from concealment. The Hindenburg has a smoke firing penalty range of 10.2 kilometers. He's already on fire, he's attempting to angle away, and you can see the power of these 203mm guns. Do get momentarily detected there. Those non-penetrations you're seeing, they are when you actually hit something thickly armoured like the ship's turrets or the hull's belt armour. Don't forget you can always check out a ship's armour layout in port. And I haven't actually been blessed with very good RNG this game so far. But you can see, okay, that curve first gets taken out. The second curve first would appear to be making a charge. And we can change our focus to him. We have lost a couple of ships on this flank. Our curve first has gone down. He was over eager. I attempted to dissuade him earlier from pushing, but he was having none of it. It was a bad idea to push into superior force here. This second curve first is now isolated. He's got a couple of fires burning. Try and aim for that stern section. See if I can get an additional fire burning. There we go. He has a triple fire burning. You can see those damage numbers now ticking up nice and quickly. Continue to get penetration damage. Out of desperation, he's trying to blind fire me, which is very difficult considering I'm far behind the smoke screen. I am detected. Just going to slip in behind the island here, break that line of sight. He has managed to repair those fires. I am being blind fired there by something else, possibly the Shima. He is rushing to get into that channel. And the flat arcs of these guns, they prevent me hitting that Shima, they just fall harmlessly into that island. Just going to dislodge myself now from this island and continue to fall back. This curve first now is quite low. I am being shelled by, it would seem, the Smolensk. You can see that the Hindenburg is very tanky when angled like this. Curve first is desperate to do damage here. Pop my repair party. One of the few weaknesses of the Hindenburg is its tendency to take citadel damage through the deck from plunging fire at long range. But notice the range I'm keeping. Just outside his secondary range, and this mid-range style of engagement negates any chance of plunging fire, all the while utilizing the Hindenburg's excellent armor protection when properly angled. And you can see here you can take minimal damage from even battleships with this great armor protection. That curve first kill is our first of the game, and with that our team takes the lead for the first time in this game. Without doing anything really spectacular, already up to 125,000 damage, and that Moskva takes a big hit from the Thunderer. Gremlin has set his sights on me. I slow my speed and angle inwards. Once again, minimal damage. Put our full focus on this enemy Gremlin. Enemy Gremlin is heavily armoured, but once again, this IFHE build will hen his middle deck section, so we can get a lot of penetration damage. See, those are decent salvos with the added benefit of setting fires. He has started to show broadside. I could change to armor piercing here. He is under so much pressure, I want to keep this fire pressure on him for the moment. He has angled already. I do expect him to turn away here, otherwise he's going to ram this island. He has lost sight of his own situational awareness. He has indeed rammed that island, and he's now a sitting duck. Again, set him on fire. And this is where the Hindenburg really is quite merciless. These are normally extremely tanky battleships, the Kurfürst and Kremlin, that are capable of soaking up immense amounts of damage. But this IFHE build just literally tears these ships apart. This DPM boost from the reload buff is really proving to be significant. And the enemy Kremlin goes down. With the removal of the enemy battleships now, we can be more aggressive and push in. A lot of what you're going to be doing in the Hindenburg is farming battleships, and this kind of build is really most effective. I haven't even managed to cover the torpedoes on the Hindenburg. It's possibly one of the main reasons that Kremlin showed a lot of hesitancy in pushing towards me. He was aware of the torpedo threat. Hindenburg has great torpedoes, 2 X4 launchers on both sides with pretty good angles. I have put up a spotter plane here, try and get a volley off on that Hindenburg. Only my back guns get past the island. Still 5600. Gonna keep pushing in on this enemy Smolensk. He is unaware of my approach. He's actually going to get behind the island before he shows full broadside, so I had to fire a little early. Still managed to get a double citadel. That's the high caliber. We can add that to the Witherer achievement we got earlier. Up to 228,000 damage. In a game that is really not spectacular for any reason, but it just shows how much damage the Hindenburg can just pump out. It's really quite insane. And this Smolensk reverses back, and this armor piercing is just too powerful for the Smolensk, and he goes down. Enemy Thunderer. A couple of the enemy ships go down in quick succession. Hydro spots the torps. Enemy Thunderer eats a torpedo here moments later, and the game ends without further incident. 234,000 damage almost. Couple of achievements, 2400 base XP. All felt like easy mode. Before going to the complete ship build, I've added some links, including the Help Me Discord and my own personal Discord in the description below. Now on to the build. Starting as usual with the consumables. I always try and stress the importance of using premium to decrease the cooldown time of your damage control, and in this case add extra charges of hydroacoustic search, spotter plane and repair party. Hindenburg gets 6 ship upgrade slots, starting off with Main Armaments Mod 1, Damage Control Mod 1, Aiming Systems Mod 1, Steering Gears Mod 2, Concealment System Mod 1, and finally Main Battery Mod 3. On to the Captain skills, starting with Priority Target. expert marksman, superintendent, and concealment expert for your first 10 points. A very strong, balanced 19-point captain will then include adrenaline rush, demolition expert, and IFHE in the training order of your own choice. So let's take a look at what this build means for the ship's final stats. For survivability, Hindenburg gets 51,900 hit points. Main artillery consists of 4 X3 203mm guns, 2 in the front and 2 in the rear, with 17.8 kilometers in range, with a reload speed of just 8.6 seconds. Hindenburg gets a torpedo rating of 32, with 4 X4 launchers, 2 on each side, with 6 kilometers in range, 64 knots of speed, with a reload time of 90 seconds. Hindenburg gets a strong AA defense rating of 84, with a long-range defense of 5.2 kilometers, which is active right up to 100 meters. For maneuverability, Hindenburg gets a max base speed of 31.5 knots, a turning circle of 800 meters, with a rudder shift time of only 9.7 seconds. Finally, Hindenburg has a concealment rating of 56, meaning you will be surface detected at 12.6 kilometers and by aircraft at 6.9 kilometers. I'd like to thank you once again all for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more. Take a moment to check out some of my most recent videos and leave a comment below. And until the next time, keep sailing it like you stole it.